Good morning, children. Right, okay. I hope you all stay safe at home. Then this is our second lesson for this year. We have started the first one on last Thursday. Activity 1 in first unit, right? Those who have come to school, they did the lessons with us. If you were absent, please try to do the lessons, right? Activity 1 and activity 2 in the first unit. Okay, then before I start today's lesson, you have to guess what it is, right? Right, okay, let's first watch this and get an idea of what we are going to talk today.
Let's learn about collective nouns. It is a hot summer day. Khan, Ban, and Juju decide to cook and eat hot. They want to have a bath in a pot to cool down. As they reach yellow grass, they hear a chomp chomp noise. Jojo laughs and he looks up. These ants fly in a V shape. It is a flock of geese. As they go further, they find over the sights they see, bad boys and small ants. Lots of things. For example, a hard one is and don't talk together as one. They are called collective.
Right. Okay, children. That I hope you watch the video and listen to the story, isn't it? Right. Okay. Then I should ask from some of you. Right. When I say the name, you have to answer me, right? Don't unmute your mics, everybody. Then
Click on the button. Click on the students.
right. Anduni, Chitara, I think. Okay. Right. Now, Pute, unmute and tell me. Now you watch the video.
Yes,
What
teacher.
did we talk about?
Collective nouns.
Yes, very good. What sort of collective nouns? Actually, it talks about different things. Can you tell me what are they about different nouns?
Flocks, school of fish, colony of ants,
Yeah, very good.
party of animals.
That's enough. Then we talked about, okay, as the collective nouns, we can talk about people, animals, and things, right? But they act as groups, right? Okay, now very good. Thank you. Right, okay, we'll come back to the lesson again. So this is the topic, this is the lesson we talked today, right? We're going to talk today. It's collective nouns. So if we describe what is a collective noun, what are collective nouns, you can see on the screen also, and it is given in your textbook. We say a collective noun is a word used to represent a group of people, group of animals or things, right? So what are collective nouns? If you repeat it again, okay, I'll ask another one. Okay, I can see Devmi Chetana. Do you hear me? Right. Okay, can you tell me what is a collective noun? You can simply look at the screen and tell me the definition is there. Yeah, those are examples, Pute. Can you tell me what is a collective noun? Can you read the first sentence, which is on the screen?
There was.
Right, it's okay. First sentence, which is on the screen. Can you see the screen?
The collective noun is word used to
Represent.
a group of people, animals, or things.
Right, very good. Okay, then, so simply a collective noun is that, right? When there is a group, a bunch, many, we take as a one, then we call it a collective noun, right? So it can be people, a group of people. It can be a group, a herd of animals, maybe a troop of monkeys like that. Many are taking as a one thing, right? So it can be people, group of people, animals, or things, right? Now let's see some examples for common collective nouns used for people, right? Okay, see there's a list of examples given here. a band of musicians, a board of directors, like that. Then it will be easy for you when you look at these pictures and understand, right? I hope you all can see. See the first one, first picture is a board of directors, right? So when there are many directors, sit on one place or take them by being together and take decisions. Not only one director, right? Many directors, then we call it a board of directors, right? If you take another simple one, see, you know chess, right? The game. So a board of chess players, many chess players being together or take as one thing, we can say a board of chess players. Can you see the third picture? It is a board of chess players, right? Then there are many, which refers to the people, right? We'll take another example. See, there are many, a body of men, a body of pathologists, right? A caravan of travelers. It's a nice example, isn't it? Right? Caravan of travelers. When people travel together, you know, it's traveling, right? We go to different places to visit different places. Then that's traveling. Then when many people together and engage in traveling, we can take that group of people, we can call them as a caravan of travelers, right? I think you can see my cursor here with the bars and people are there. Then we call it caravan of travelers. Then if we take another one, okay, I think you can see here a cast of actors or players, right? Cast of actors. When there are many actors, if we take them as a one group, then we can call them, it's a cast of actors, right? If we take another example from here, yeah, this will be very easy for you. I think you can see here a choir of singers, a circle of friends, or we can say a party of friends, and a class of pupils or a class of students, right? So here a choir of singers, you know that we call it a choir. If it is a choir, there are many singers, right? You can see the picture. I think it will be easy for you to understand, right? Then not only one singer, there are more than one. So it's a group. So we can call it many singers being together and they sing together, right? Then we take it as a one team, one group. So that team, that group, we can call as group of singers, we can call as a choir of singers, right? So actually what happens here is group of things. It can be singers, it can be animals, it can be things, right? Things like a bouquet of flowers. You know what's a bouquet of flowers, right? Then instead of using, we cannot call all the things as group of flowers. We cannot call it, right? It's wrong according to the language use. Then we cannot say a group of grapes. It is again wrong. So in the English language, there are different words to say the same thing. It means for the bouquet of flowers, as we cannot say a group of flowers, we have to say bouquet of flowers, right? If we take grapes, then we cannot say group of grapes. But it is as a whole. It is as there are many grapes and it is as a one thing, then we cannot say group of grapes. We have to say it's a bunch, right? then bouquet of flowers, like that. Here we say, if you take the, that's why we say for singers also, we have to say a choir of singers, right? Again, the meaning is there's a group. Clear? There's a group, but we cannot use the word group for everything. We cannot say group of singers, group of flowers, group of grapes. It's wrong. That's why we use different names to call group of people, group of things, and group of animals. Right? So these different names we call collective nouns. Right? Then that's why we have these different ones, a choir of singers, a circle of friends. Please look at the screen. There are pictures. So when you look at the picture, you can identify. Look at my cursor point, right? Mouse point. See, I'm focusing on, look at the picture, a choir of singers, right? There's a group. Then again, a circle of friends. But we have some similar words also. We can say group of friends also. That is correct. But we cannot say group of flowers. Right? Then a circle of friends, group of friends, and party of friends. That noun also, that name also we can call. We can use. Then again, see the third picture. A class of pupils. Right? A class of pupils. Again, more than one student, more than one pupil is there. Many pupils are there in the class. So they are in the class at that time. And we call them a class of pupils. Right? But we cannot say, keep it in mind, we cannot say a class of flowers. Okay. We can change these collective nouns in different places, but with the, when you use it in the wrong way, it has to give a literary meaning in literature, to give different ideas, but it's not for you. So remember, for the particular noun, we have to use the given collective noun in the English language. So we cannot use the wrong ones as we wish. Right? So here, next picture, look at this, a class of students. Right? A class of students. Okay, then we go, yes, there are many examples. You can slowly go through them later. Then if we move into the next one, I'm going to talk about common collective nouns used for animals, right? So there are hundreds of common collective nouns we can use for different animals. There are only few. See, okay, I would like if you read one of you. Okay, let's see who is here. Okay, let's see your beautiful faces. Who would like to read? Dehame Arunu Rekha. Okay. Right. You, yes, Pute, can you read this list of the collective nouns of animals used for animals?
An army of ants.
Yeah.
A flock of birds. A flock of geese. A herd of deer. A hive of bees.
Yeah, hive of bees. Very good.
A litter of puppies.
Okay.
A murder of crows. A pack of hounds. A pack of wolves. A school of fish.
Right. There are some more.
A swarm of locusts. A team of horses. A pride of lions.
Okay, very good. Right, you nicely read that. Then these are the examples for group of animals, right? I think you got my point. For At every point, these ones are, when these ones are as a group, right? We use different names instead of using the word group, group, group everywhere. This is what you have to understand. Okay? For example, if I say, first one, we take the example. An army of ants or colony of ants, we can say. Right? It means there are many. It can be 100 or can be more than that, 10,000, right? There are many ants. As we know, the ants, they do not live as one, especially. Then here, instead of say group of ants, group of birds, group of sheep, group of deer, we have different names. Clear? Then that's why we say an army of ants, a flock of birds, right? Though we use different names, main idea is there is a group. Okay? It means more than one is there. Only thing we do is, in the English language, they use different names to say different groups. Clear? Right. Then we'll go and see some of the pictures. It will be easy for you to understand, right? Okay, here are some pictures for you to, I have categorized them as mammals, but all of them are animals, right? Then here, okay, you can say a cloud of cats, right? Cats. Most of your pet's favorite pet can be cat. So we can say a cloud of cats. And yeah, we know rats. It's a familiar animal. Okay, then for the rats, if there is more than one rat, we can call it a colony of rats, right? But the meaning here again is group. But we cannot say group of rats. So that's why we say colony of rats. Clear? Again, can you see a fold of lambs here in the picture? Lambs. Lambs means bataloo, right? Lambs. You can see this. Then we have to call it a group of. If there is more than one sheep, there is a group. We have to call it a fold of lambs. But again, here the meaning also group of lambs, but we cannot call it as group of lambs. Clear? We have to use different names to call different nouns who are in as a group. Right, I think you got my point. Then if we look at another one, something, yes, this is very familiar for us as Sri Lankans, especially elephants, right? When there is more than one elephant, when there are many elephants and they are together, then we can call it a herd of elephants, right? When there is more than one elephant, then they are as a group. Instead of saying group of elephants, we cannot say it. We have to use a herd of elephants, right? So if you look at the other pictures also, see the dogs, right? One of the favorite domestic animal of us. Then there is more than one dog, and if they are as a group, they are together, then we have to call it again a pack of dogs, right? Meaning is there is a group, right? There is more than one. So we have to use the word pack with the dogs, as in herd with the elephants, right? A herd of elephants, a pack of dogs. So same as wolves, right? There is more than one wolf, then we have to say wolves, then we have to use the word pack, right? And one of the innocent and lovely sea animal, it's dolphin. We have to say when they are together as a group, more than one, we have to say a pod of dolphins. Right, okay, then if we move to the next one, yeah, there are some more examples for the collective nouns for sea animals. We'll see a very familiar one for you. Yeah, I know though this one is not, we cannot see it usually, but we know about this animal, seahorses. I know you have heard about seahorses, right? So if there is more than one seahorse and they are as a group again, we have to call it a herd of seahorses, right? A herd of seahorses. Then, right, yes, in generally, if there is more than one fish, I think you can see the picture, which is in blue, a shoal of fish. We can say a shoal of fish. But again, meaning is there is a group of fish, but we cannot say a group of fish. What you have to say is a shoal of fish. Right? I think you got my point. Then if we move into the next one, there are many, hundreds of examples for collective nouns we can use for animals, people, and all those things, right? Right now you pay your attention to the next one. Yeah, next one is common collective nouns used for things, right? I would like if one of you read this. Yeah. What about Vatsala from 90? Vatsala, do you hear me? Yes. Okay, can you read this list, please? Wait. You have to accept my request first. Unmute.
Also,
Okay, now I can hear. Okay, go on. Read.
a bucket of flowers, a bunch of flowers, a field of sheep,
Fleet of sheep here.
a forest of trees, a galaxy of stars, a pack of cards, a pack of leaves, a pair of shoes, a range of mountains, a word of notes.
A word of notes, right? Okay, very good, Vatsala. Right, if I go through the list again, a bouquet of flowers, a bunch of flowers, you can read with me, a fleet of ships, a forest of trees, a galaxy of stars, a pack of cards, a pack of lies, a pair of shoes, a range of mountains, and a word of notes, right? That's how you have to say when there is more than one thing, right? Do you remember that the point I said earlier? When there is more than one flower, when there are many flowers, what we have to call it, right? When there is more than one flower and when there are many flowers and they are together, right? Then we have to call it not a group of flowers, but Chashadini, can you tell me what we have to call it? Not a group of flowers. What we call it?
A bouquet of flowers.
Very good. Right. Then can you tell me when there is more than one ship. There are many ships and they are together. Liman sir, what do you call?
A fleet of ships.
Very good. Clear? Right? Then the next one, Kavitma. Kavitma Venusari. Right, you have to tell me where if there is more than one card and there are many cards, but they are together. All the cards are together. Then
A pack of cards.
yes, very good. Right? So idea is a group and there are many together at one as a one, then we have different names to say. We cannot say, as I said, we cannot say group of flowers. We have to say a bouquet of flowers, right? We cannot say group of ships. What we have to say is a fleet of ships. Clear? Right. I think it's very clear to you. I hope. If we move to the next one. Yeah. I would like to show you some pictures. Collective nouns for things, right? These are some of the familiar ones what I have discussed here. You can see the picture keys, right? If there is more than one key and there are many keys and they are together, packed together. So what we have to call is, we cannot say a group of keys. Instead of, we have to say a bunch of keys. Clear? Then, right. Devmi Chetana, can you tell me? Devmi? Are you here? If I ask Avisha? Okay, Devmi, yes, Devmi, go on. Right, you tell me if I, okay. There are many books at one place. Then more than one. And there are many books and they are together at one place, what you can call?
A library of books.
Yes, a library of books, as well as there's another one, a pile of books, right? Then instead of, we cannot say a group of books. So what you have to call is a library of books. Clear? So like that, for different nouns, if it is more than one and there are many and they are as one thing being together as a group, we have to use different names. If there are, it's like group of ships, but we cannot say group of ships, it's wrong. So we have to say fleet of ships, like a library of books, right? A set of tools, like that. Then, most important thing for your age, and mainly we focus here, is why we should care about collective nouns. It means why the collective nouns are so important for us at this stage, age especially, right? Here, now we got the idea what are collective nouns, right? Then we'll see why this is so special to us, because a collective noun can be used as a singular noun as well as a plural noun, right? Singular noun as well as a plural noun. So this is what you have to clearly understand, listen properly, right? Now we know what are collective nouns. We know there are different names we use for group of things, people and animals, and we have to use different names to say them. Then I said a collective noun can be used as a singular noun as a plural noun. But this choice depends on whether we see the group as a whole or as a member of individual members, right? When you see the example, you can understand what this is, right? I said collective nouns can be used as a singular noun as well as a plural noun. These are the main things you have to remember. Collective nouns can be used as a singular noun as well as a plural noun. Then here, we have to decide whether this is a singular collective noun or whether this is a plural collective noun, right? So, we have to do, if that group, if we see it as one thing, then it is a singular noun. If that group, within that group, we see those individuals separately, right? If it is a class of students, if we look at the class as a one thing, then at that time, class of students, it's a singular collective noun. But if you take a class of students and we pay our attention, we see those class of students separately, one by one student separately. Then we see that class of students as a plural noun, right? You see this example, this is given in your textbook. The audience was quite a large audience, right? Audience was quite a large audience. Audience means prekshakagare, right? You know, there are many people, not one person. There are many. So maybe they're looking at something, they're watching a movie, they're watching a musical show or something, or listen to a speech. Then that audience, prekshakagare, if we see it as a one thing, then we have to say the audience was quite a large audience. Then the second one, the audience were already clapping their hands. It's there. We look at that audience and action separately, person by person. They clap separately, right? As they act as individually. I clap, another one is clapping, another one is clapping. Clear? So, according to that, we have to use the verb. Here in the first one, the audience was quite a large audience. Second one, the audience were already clapping their hands. Right, okay, then I would like, if you turn to page number 3 in your book, there's activity 3, right? You have to complete it using the correct collective noun. If I read it, first one is a cricket team. I hope you all have your books, right? Turn to page number 3. Then first one, a cricket blank consists of 11 players. So from the given words, we have to use a cricket. What is the correct one? Yes, team. A cricket team consists of 11 players. Then if I go to the second one, the medical team discussing how they can tackle the dengue problem, then you have to fill the blank. The given one, suitable one is the medical team are discussing how they can tackle the problem. Okay. 2 minutes more. 2 minutes. Right. Can I continue? Right, okay, then like that, you have to pay your attention on the noun, and you have to do activity 3 as well as activity 4, right?